That would have been unthinkable 18 months ago, but just a little wobble last year for Ian, failing to make the major events. And this year will be a battle for him, but he's playing some good stuff. He
100.
got by Mario van der Bohada in round 1 pretty convincingly. KRZYSZTOF RATAJSKI beat Richie Burnett. And Ian White had a steady run yesterday, and the performance levels picked up. He seems quite positive that he'll keep the talk.
121.
It's always the risk when you miss the World Championships, and it was the first time Ian had missed it since crossing over to the PDC in 2011. So it was probably a strange Christmas and New Year for Ian, but it gave him time to kind of take stock and prepare for what is a big 2023 season for him.
Yes, I mean, you'd say that 3 or 4 years ago, these would be two of the players you'd be selecting as possible TV tournament winners. They were both threatening to get into the mix, get deep into TV tournaments. Ian White had a stumbling block with quarter-finals, didn't he, for a while, Mark? That was always kind of, could he get through a quarter-final? And KRZYSZTOF RATAJSKI was certainly threatening bursting into the top 10 and beyond. But they've both hit the buffers, really, hit the wall, if you like.
180.
Just regressed slightly. It's not as desperate for KRZYSZTOF RATAJSKI. They've both regressed slightly. It's not as desperate for KRZYSZTOF RATAJSKI, but even him, he will be concerned slightly about his form.
Well, let's see what they can produce here in Pro Tour 6 on this Sunday afternoon.
84.
Good last start from KRZYSZTOF, and he's got a chance to break through here. Ian White went out in the last 32 board finals of Martin Schindler yesterday with some big wins over Gabriel Clemens.
180.
And Robert Owen, and a 180 to lead double one for Ian White. He's smiling in the background. He's half thinking he's conceded the leg.
No score.
Well, now then, was it the best decision? Soon find out. Well, it was. 182 in 4 darts, 180 double one. Ian White gets a hold to throw in here. Got a bit of luck there. KRZYSZTOF RATAJSKI had chances, but couldn't convert.
$140.
Ian White's made a couple of last 32s this year.
136.
I'll say a couple, he made 4. He's been pretty steady. He's been getting to his board final, and you do that throughout the season, you'll tot up, you'll make minors, you'll make the World Championships, and a little run in a European tour in between. You'll be knocking on the door of some of the other major events. So he started brightly in White this year.
$94.
This match will be followed by Joe Cullen versus Adam Gavlas. A slight delay to the start of this match because Adam Gavlas was still playing his match. We didn't want to race too far ahead in the draw, so these players were just held back slightly.
$58.
Last year was a year of very few highlights. He did make a quarter final in one of the Euro Tours in Trier, and she lost to Luke Humphreys, but
120.
Put himself in a position to qualify for the World Championship midway through the year, but a poor back end to the season ultimately cost Ian White.
$99.
Well, here's a levelling opportunity for the Polish Eagle. Certainly on now, and it will be if he can hit double 16.
86.
And he's missed his first 4 darts at a double in this match now, having spurned 3 opportunities in the opening leg before White went out on double 1.
Yeah, and that side of the board is causing a bit of bother. Ian White to pinch another one, just
94.
pulls it low. KRZYSZTOF RATAJSKI's turn to get a leg on the board now. Double 4. He gets there eventually, and needed that, KRZYSZTOF RATAJSKI. It's only the beginning of the game, so no panic, but you miss doubles early doors. You don't lose match early, but they can set the tone, and He'd been frustrated that he wasn't a breaker thrower, but satisfied that he's got
60.
the second leg on throw.
Absolutely. And now he can really get into his work here and try and
140.
put in a real assault on the Ian White throw. And that's a good start to the leg for the pole, opening up with a 140 to counter Ian White's 60.
Just run you through a few players. I've already made it to the last 32, round 3. De Souza, we saw it on the live stream in round 1, has got by Louis Williams. Graham Escher through, Richard Beanstra, Scott Williams, Matt Campbell through, Piers Trechko through, Dedeker through, beat Stephen Buds, James Wade's beat Martijn Kleermaker. Jermaine Watermain has backed up his victory over Chris Dobie, the victory over RATAJSKI. So we're whittling down here through the second round.
'97.
Gary Anderson, Ryan Searle, a tasty second round tie. Practice partners, they're just getting underway.
140.
Ian White lost out in the last 32 last week to his good friend Michael Smith. He just couldn't get into that game, and Michael Smith comfortably won the match. RATAJSKI 11. Well, gets the treble, double 14 for the 1-2-1. And he gets the 1-2-1, gets the breaker throw, and he's being the more likely in these opening 3 legs, Krzysztof RATAJSKI, and gets the breaker throw. He'll feel he should have got a breaker throw in the opening leg, but he gets it in leg 3, and it's advantage to the pole.
Yeah, the early break.
100.
And he could so easily have won the first leg, couldn't he, Mark, with he missed those 3 darts at a double before White went 180 double 1 to finish off and win that first leg. So
81.
RATAJSKI will probably feel that the 2-1 advantage could be a 3-0 advantage, but nonetheless 2-1 is handy with the break.
Yeah, he's not going to sort of be overly critical of himself of not breaking in the opening leg. He's regrouped really well, and he fires in the 3rd max of the match, 2 to Krzysztof RATAJSKI. Looking to get himself halfway to round 3. And the winner will face, as I already mentioned, Joe Cullen or Adam Gavlas.
100.
Who is next on this board. Gavlas coming through against Nick Folwell.
96.
He needs the lot here just to get into finishing range, and he does get the lot.
Good shot from Ian, but it's still a bit of an ask, the 140. RATAJSKI isn't going to get rid of the 125, he's going to get a look at that 140, Ian.
'49.
Yeah, won't be overly thrilled with that setup, Krzysztof.
And Ian White won't be able to throw with that, will he?
No, that.
80.
Oh, gets a treble with the last dart.
So to lead 3-1 here, should get a dart at double. And he does get a dart at double. But it will be double 4.
Game shot.
He hits it, and he
Ought to be in tops, ended up at double 4. It doesn't matter, Mark, does it? All the doubles count the same.
It's very much a moving thing trait that. He goes for the treble 16, doesn't he, on 56 to try and leave double 4, and it just took RATAJSKI out of his rhythm slightly.
96.
But he regrouped well, pins a double 4, and he's won the last 3 legs now. Dropped the opener, and even that one he maybe should have won. 3-1, RATAJSKI leads.
140.
Fellow pole Krzysztof Chuck is currently 5-4 down to yesterday's champion Ross Smith.
81.
Well, clearly Ian White can still win this match if he loses this leg, but we're moving into territory here of legs which he can really ill afford to lose. To go 4-1 to down with another break would put him bang in trouble. So this is a big leg for Diamond Ian White.
Ratajski needs a treble here. Gets
132.
one to leave a finish, but Ian White, you'd say he's favourite for this leg, and like you rightly said, we're on a leg that you feel he has to win. Another one of them. Can't find it. He'd be disappointed there, not just a miss, but just a deviate completely from the 20 segment after such a good first start, and then he's left 66. So he may only get one dart at a double if he returns. He is going to, but he left himself a bit of work to do. Ross Smith's finished the job over Christoph Chuk, 6-4. He's into round 3. But this for 3-2.
2 at double 18, which is what Ratajski's waiting to have a look at. Double 9 now.
Game shot.
Ian White narrows the gap to 3-2 with a very important double 9, because Ratajski was waiting with 3 in hand at double 18 to go further clear at 4-1. So you'd have to say that 85. Appears to be a significant leg win for Ian White to stay in this contest.
An important passenger play there. Leaving 66 off the 144 when he'd hit a treble first start, but dispatched to the 66 and starts this leg with as good as a maximum 177, switching down the board.
$139.
Both players averaging in 3 figures, so this is a very decent game of darts. 104 apiece now. And you can put that up a little bit as well now off the back of that maximum, which is a 4th for Ian White.
Making his move here, Ian. And 6 in to a 9. 144. He got the first treble in this combination in the previous leg. He's not going to go here. But key that he breaks the throw here. That's the important thing. A 9 dart leg, obviously, we'd have all loved to see, and particularly Ian White, but 69. Paramount that he converts his advantage into a breaker throw.
No finish here for Christoph. So Ian White.
59.
Treble 17 would leave double 12 if he can find it. 18 would leave tops.
35.
A big opportunity missed. Ratajski to move 2 legs clear again, 78. Now then, it's got to be 25 ball. Well, it's kicked down a little bit. You'll do well to get in there. Yeah, and
35.
First start did him no favours. He probably wanted to be below the bullseye rather than above it. And Ian White gets a reprieve. Chance for 3 apiece.
$20.
Well, Ian White was 6 darts into a 9, and it doesn't look like he's going to win the leg. 11 for double 16 for Christoph. And it is 4-2. That one will hurt Ian White, a leg that he'll feel he should have won and got the match level. He's chasing again. 4-2. The pole leads 2 legs away from the last 32.
Yeah, as you said, Mark, a 9 darter was a possibility, but in the end, he missed 4 darts at a double at the back end of that leg, the 6th of the match. And Christoph Ratajski, the Polish Eagle, was able to swoop with a 2-dart combo to go 4-2 up and re-establish that 2-leg buffer.
31.
So now White is faced with the prospect of trying to hold here, then find a break.
You've got to be careful here, Ian.
99.
Winner of 10 Players' Championships, Ian White. Hasn't won one since 2020. And the form's been pretty indifferent over those last few years.
49.
He's won 3 Euro Tours as well. He's a cracking CV, Ian White, and quarterfinals or better of majors when he had that little spell where we said he couldn't get past the quarter-final. He'd get to a semi-final in the end. But never quite
140.
got that major TV win. But otherwise, it's been a cracking career for Ian White, and he's not done yet.
140.
Well, no finish on 165, clearly, but nevertheless, he's got the edge in this leg, which he needs to close back to within a solitary leg of his opponent again. And he's just got to keep things neat and tidy here.
30.
Yeah, and going the 25 route there, would have, if he'd hit the 25, he leaves 60, so he just didn't want to bring a treble 15 in and just have to split. It's going to be single to double, and it should be 4-3.
54.
You'd be feeling this should be for him to go 4-3 in front, because he made a bit of a mess of the last leg. Ian White is hanging in there. Double 16, and he gets it. Good leg from Ian. 14 darter, gets back within one again.
$100.
Chris Landman, who we saw on this board previously, do a real job on Keegan Brown, is 3-1 up on Andrew Gill, the UK Open champion. 5 maxes for Ian White now, and 1 at the beginning of a leg. He was 6 into a 9 on his previous leg against the darts. That one started with a 177. On this occasion, it's a 180. But he's asking the questions on the Ratajski throw, isn't he?
Oh, and he's still at it.
$100.
Well, the 9 dart bid stalls on dart 5.
140.
And his hopes winning the leg took a bit of a battering there from the 140 from Ratajski, but he's still in it, Ian White. But 2 trebles are requisite here, you would feel. 2 big trebles, of course, that is. There it is. There they are. So chances here, Mark, for a level game.
Well, hold on, thought he's got to stay, surely. He does. Double 9. Ian White can't look. And Ratajski's just the wrong side of the wire. It's a great effort. It was the right shot to stay on the treble 20. But Ian White now, 86. Oh, he's got to find a treble now. Gets it, tops for 4-all. He's rescued the situation, and he completes the rescue mission. 4 apiece. He's been threatening a breaker throw, and he's got it. And now it's favourite Ian White. Best of 3 legs effectively now. And you have to say, Rod, that break's been coming.
Yeah, he threatened it before, hadn't he? And full credit to him, because he's kept knocking at the door, and eventually he found the answer he wanted. He had to dodge a little bit of a bullet when Ratajski missed double 9 for that 138 checkout. But nonetheless, Ian White has got it back on level terms. And as you said, Mark, he's got the throw now in this 9th leg and the 11th if we need to go that far. And so he now favourite, you'd feel, Ian White, who's dropped now down to world rank number 44, having been in and around the top 10 for so long a few years back.
Yeah, it's strange to see him so far down the rankings, but like I said, 1 year when you're not performing,
92.
You're defending from 2 years previously, and it's a harsh system, and can be pretty brutal at times, particularly when you miss the World Championship as well. That's the one you want to be in, because you can sort of rescue a year there, Rob, can't you, with a couple of wins?
Couple of wins, yeah.
Money so, well, so inviting, isn't it? £15,000 for the seeded players.
$134.
So crucial legs now. The winner of this leg will be 1 up with 2 to play.
Provisionally 58. In the race to keep his talk, Ian White is on track. He's just about in the 64, but I think he'll do okay this year. I mean, I've seen enough here and throughout some of his performances this year to indicate that he'll do enough to stay on tour. Another question is, will he get back to those heights, like you mentioned earlier, Rod, up in the top 16, top 10 in the world?
Ratajski left a bogey there, which gave Ian White some breathing space in this leg. Gave him 2 visits from 190 odd, and now he will get a chance to try and take out this 60.
was awkward, these. Yeah, not moving so you can see an F. And he clearly could see an F, because that is now 3 consecutive legs for Ian White, and he's 1 away from backing up that victory over Mario van der Bohada with a victory over Krzysztof Ratajski. Regardless of what happens in this leg, Ian White has got the darts into the side if we go there.
Ian White in the lead, Mark, for the first time since he hit double 1 to win the first leg.
It's a real classy encounter from the pair.
180.
Well, that 6-180 for Ian White. Averages both up above 100. Well, there we see, up towards 106 for
80.
Ian White. And Krzysztof Ratajski doesn't need that bounce out. And Ian White with a 180 at the beginning of a leg again. 3 occasions he's had the maximum start. Well, one of them time was 177. What I'm getting at, I can keep the hopes of a 9-dart leg going.
Oh, marvellous stuff.
180.
For the first time, Ratajski really is chasing the game to some tune now, and he's fired in a max.
When you look at 25 here, Ian.
105.
25. So if Krzysztof Ratajski can't take the 101, Ian White should at least get 1 dart for the match. And he is going to get a chance at 76. This would be for 4
49.
consecutive legs. This has been impressive from Ian White. 76 for a place yet again in the 3rd round of a Players' Championship.
To leave double top for a tenacious victory, a dogged display from Ian White, and Diamond White sparkles here in coming back from a deficit of 4-2 at one point to get home against Krzysztof Ratajski by winning 4 legs on the trot to win 6-4 and move into the 3rd round.